Hello and welcome to this third installment in my Makai Kingdom series. Today we are going to be tackling the third world, chapter 3. I decided to skip the cutscene and start here on Overlord selection. We're going to go ahead and pick Pram again for the same reasons we did last time. We want exactly what she offers, small stages, mostly caster enemies, so easier to one-shot, and a smaller number of them, so we've got a better chance at getting that high point, that high value enemy that we can combo to one shot and clear the stage quickly. So just looking at Seedle, yeah, I mean he's kind of middle ground, just like Mickey. Babylon would be the worst choice. We're definitely going with Pram. So World 3 is it has 6 stages, just like World 2 did, but there's not quite as much randomization. Um, I actually don't remember if it takes more time or less time than World 2. I guess we'll find out. So, you know, our hub is looking kind of crowded. Why don't we discharge some of this riffraff? Get out of here, Karen. And looking at our levels, a bunch of these guys have shot up to level 5 because we save scummed a few times to make sure we got decent experience from stage 2-6. And looking at our status screen, you can see the effect of that. Why didn't Fatty got knocked out, that's why. Oh well. That's not a deal breaker. Alright, so yeah, everybody's at full health because we just started the chapter. Okay, let's get into it. Go to 3-1. All right, so 3-1 is another semi-random stage. The maps are always the same, but the enemies on them will be randomized. The basic format is that you've got this 100-point tile in the middle that you start on, and the position of the book is actually slightly randomized. And there are 4 extensions oriented to each of the cardinal directions. Well, I mean, I guess you can't say that because you can rotate it like this. Anyway, so there's 4 extensions worth different numbers of points. And you'll see that the unique thing about this stage is that they're on a timer. They will appear automatically after a certain number of terms. But the way that I play, I don't want to give them a chance to do that. I just want to clear the stage in one turn. It just so happens that the book has spawned closer to the 200 point extension. It's random. It won't always do that. And in my experience, it's more common for the book to spawn like somewhere over here where somebody will have to move it. But this is convenient. Um, we can just actually, yeah, even just the shop will do it. We're just going to drop a facility here, and now we get to see. This is very convenient. We got one enemy here. We're just going to combo him, and that will give us more than enough points to clear this stage. Again, we have our thief enter a facility to reduce our population, and then we're just going to invite our healers. Actually, in the last video, I didn't realize it because I got distracted, but I forgot to invite one of my healers in when I was queuing up my combo in 2-6. So one of them missed out on that experience. That's not a huge deal. I'm impressed that my warrior was still able to one-shot all 3 of those enemies with only a 7-part combo, as opposed to an 8-part combo. But that's good. But everything's still going according to plan. There's no big deal. All right, so Craw is our man. That's yeah. All right. Population 7. There should be one more healer. There she is. Which one was it who missed out? 6, 6, 6, 4. That okay. Yurpo. Sorry, Yerpo. That's not a big deal. So I like to, just kind of for insurance, I'll have my warrior enter and exit the doghouse to get that damage bonus. And we'll queue up our combo here. Now again, I've already said this a couple times. I keep forgetting to do it. You can, if you want, load up your healers in a facility so that you don't have to invite them all individually, and it'll save, seconds, but it's not a big deal. Piece of cake. There we go. Now, like I said, we got lucky there. Skip event, yes. If you don't get a convenient layout, you can always just save scum until you get something that you can clear easily. If you get a pain in the ass layout, you want to decide whether it's worth your time to go to all the trouble of clearing it or to just do like, uh, just reset until you find something more like what I was able to find just now. All right, so I guess I don't need a heal. We're going to move right along to 3-2. Now, 3-2 is a very random stage, so we're definitely going to want to save in case we get an annoying layout. Let's see, Warlord Dungeons 3-2. Here we go. Let's see what it looks like. Look, this whole, okay, stage points 100. Oh, okay, I didn't see this guy tucked in there. That's not much better. 70, yeah. Okay, that's 105. What's nearby? 132. All right. This is what I would call a pain in the butt layout. The amount of time that it would take to clear this is just, oh yeah, look at all these extensions. Pram did us dirty. Yeah, that's all right. Now remember, like we covered in the second video, we did an 8-part combo in 3-1. And even though we just did a soft reset, that information still carries over. So we're going to be looking out for opportunities to drop facilities on items and quickly clear the stage that way. What do we got here? It's 155. Ah, come on, Pram. Okay, what's nearby? 120. Ew. Gross. This is third time's a charm. This is one more, yeah. Okay, so Overlord Dungeons. This I am actually really interested in, but the point values. Um, I think this is worth it. I'm going to take a little detour for this, and I'll tell you why. Um, there are 3 classes here, and all 3 of them are classes that I haven't unlocked yet. So I'm going to go off-road a little bit. I have an idea. Now, I've said this earlier. You want to be looking out for opportunities like this to pick up classes, and that's exactly what I'm going to do here. I'm going to throw you off to the side. I'm going to invite my doghouse. I'm going to be disappointed if this ends up being a bad take. All right, where's my healers? I'll start summoning you down here. Okay. Now the reason I threw the key off to the side is because I don't want to open up the extension any earlier than I have to. Um, keep this safe. This idol over here by herself doesn't really represent any danger at all. All right, so We're going to queue up our... First, let's make sure that we can actually hit all three of these. Yeah, easy. All right. So we're going to queue up our heal. We'll do it on the idle. So believe it or not, once I unlock these three classes, there's really only two left that I need to worry about. Because we've been doing a good job of unlocking things as we go, this file. All right, yeah, let's execute. Later on in stage 4 or 5, we're guaranteed to have an opportunity to get Tarman. And Manosphere is always kind of a pain in the butt to get, but that's okay. That means the only two classes left to worry about are Apple and who else? I don't remember who else. Ah, Fooey. 1 HP. Pain in the ass. That always happens with these corn guys for some reason. That's happened to me more than once. Okay, well, what if I did this though? Really? 0? You got a shield, you piece of... Alright. Well, we'll see what happens. I bet he attacks a facility. Oh, maybe not. Phooey. Yeah, could be worse. Just exterminate the corn. Now that was actually the first time since we started this save file that the enemies have actually gotten a turn. Alright, so let's do this. Yeah, our population is maxed out. I hate to say it, this might be... And look at that, that's like the only other class we need, but it's a pain in the butt, what do you call it? Tyndall. They're tanky. I don't know, I need to decide whether it's... That's probably worth it. I am going to go ahead. This is going to take a little bit of extra time. You survived that, really? This is going to take a little bit of extra time, but I'm willing to do it. Now, ordinarily, I would try to play through this quicker, but it's just way too convenient having like 4 of the 5 classes that I still need all in one level like this. It's too tempting for me not to go for this. Can I even reach this thing from here? All right. This is going to add time to this video. We'll just move them. We won't. Yeah, we will simply move them. We won't do anything. Oh, yeah. All right. Yeah, he'll be dead next turn. It's fine. Okay, that's a little bit of a detour, but not a huge amount. There we go. That's fine. Mm-hmm. That musket's actually a nice find. Okay, so we're going to heal because we actually took some damage there, and we're going to save. Okay, the next stage, 3-3, you actually want to pay some attention to your unit equipment. We're going do a couple things that are kind of weird. Uh, you'll recall that if you watch my last video, in 2.6 there were some flat rocks, and we looted them. We're going to distribute those, one each, to 4 of our like beefiest, brawniest, most physical characters. She's already got one. We already had one, and we stole another 3. So we've got 4 now. Let's see, Marco, there you are. All right, and oh, another thing we ought to do. I should have done this before. I would have been able to, I would have been able to one-shot that corn if I had done this. So let's see, that's 45. This is, okay, yeah, the Gladius is way better. All right. Wait, no. Marco doesn't get the Gladius. Craw gets the Gladius. Where are you? Here you are. Marco gets the blade since we got one. Sasha, is this? Yeah, that's better. So you're kind of just reviewing your equipment. What you're looking for is high attack and high defense. You don't really need to worry about move because we're going to be doing something pretty specific for which move is not really particularly important. Let's see, Estok. Yeah, we'll go for that. Let's do this too. Sort your items by defense. All right, you're good. That's exactly what I want. Yeah, you can have a shield. You can have shell armor too, I guess. You can have a leather jacket, yeah. And you can have a leather jacket too. Okay. And you're going to want to save. This can be sketchy. All right, off we go to 3-3. Overlord Dungeon 3-3. All right, so this is a very big stage. If you look at it carefully, you will notice that you need 400 points. Each of these areas is worth exactly 400 points. The only things in this stage that are worth enough for you to clear it in one shot are the enemies inside of these 2 facilities. There's one down here, a command center, and there's one over here, a fortress. We are definitely going to be going for the fortress because if we go to the fortress, we have to deal with the enemies having an attack plus 30%. You'll see in the lower right where it says protection. They get the benefit of that when they're defending and we're attacking. The plus 30% attack on this Guardian is much less scary than the plus 40% defense on this Guardian over here. So that is the reason we're going to be going for this guy. So in order to get there easily, we're just going to exploit the fact that the tome is special and can't go out of bounds. So there we go. We're close enough now that we can invade. And we're probably going to want to throw it even closer because our guys are bogged down with some heavy stuff. They can't move very far at all. I'll just go right here. Yeah. All right, so craw. There we go. This is kind of a pain in the butt thing that happens sometimes. Normally when you move close to a facility, there you go, it's supposed to give you the option to enter it, but sometimes you have to be in like a particular spot before it becomes available. There's something you can do to kind of remedy that, and I'll show you. You can go to your character and you see where it says ride. It doesn't always work perfectly, but if you just no matter what can't get that little red arrow to appear and give you the option to enter the facility, you can do that as like a last resort. It will kind of automatically move your character a little bit into position, and the game doesn't do that perfectly and can do some weird buggy stuff, so I only recommend doing that as like a last resort. But you can do it. So, right, yeah. And we want our female warrior. Where is she? There you are. and our carrot. And then you've got room enough for 3 more characters here. It doesn't really matter who. You can throw whoever you want in there. So why don't we, I don't know, who got our pumpkin? Why don't we throw our pumpkin in there? Who else? We got casters and healers. Let's throw Big John in there. Yeah. All right. So here we go. Poor Carrie. He got one-shotted somehow. Wow. The flat rock didn't help him at all. That's actually really weird. Is he still level 1? Did I forget to invite him to 2-6? It doesn't matter. We won. And there we go. That's how you do that. All right, trench coat. Okay, so next, this is always a bit of a nail biter because it can be really close. I definitely recommend saving first. The next stage we're going to do is 3-4. And 3-4 is a very special stage in Makai Kingdom. It's going to be very important later on. The special thing about this stage is that nothing ever happens here. The only thing in this stage is this facility, and it's populated by 4 enemies, and they are scripted to just stay inside this facility and defend it. You can't do any shenanigans like throwing the facility out of bounds because it'll just magnet back to the stage the way that Zeta does. Um, I guess it's scripted so that you can't throw the only remaining enemy out of bounds or something like that. I don't know. But the only way right now for us to clear the stage, since we can't just destroy the facility outright, is to win a what do you call it? Win a conflict. We have to invade and take over this facility. And these guys are level 11, 10, 9, and 9. So not, I mean, not the hardest, not the easiest either. We haven't really been leveling up very much. So it's going to be sketchy. Let's see what happens. So we just want somebody to pick up the book again because everybody's all bogged down with equipment. Come to think of it, did I? Yeah, I did. Okay, there's my carrot. Okay, I healed. I couldn't remember whether or not I healed. All right, so we're going to start inviting. You want to invite them as close to it as you can because they're, right now their move is really limited because of those flat rocks. And take a look at our levels. Our male warrior is level 11, but the rest of our guys are lower average level than the guys in there by a couple levels. Where's my carrot? Carrot man, there you are. So this is sketchy. I do like using the flat rocks for this. Because the move that you miss out on doesn't really matter in a skirmish like this. So let's see what happens. Oh, that's bad news. We lost our warrior immediately. We lost our best guy immediately. Well, I don't know. Maybe we can pull this off. We won. Okay, great. Wow. All right. Well, that's good. Yeah, we're doing good. I mean, you'll notice that we haven't had to do any real like grinding to gain levels or get new equipment or anything like that. We've pretty much been one-shotting everything except for that one time we went back to 1-1 to unlock Berserker. But other than that, this has been smooth sailing. So let's go ahead and save. 3-5 is just another very random stage, so you definitely want to save. And let's see, Overlord 3-5. Okay, we got lucky here. It's just this medic. Medic with an axe. Weird. Okay. So we're just gonna do it like we've done many times before. This run is actually going really well. We've got a bunch of classes unlocked. Oh yeah, I do need to remember to take all that armor off of my sword guy, because he is going to need more mobility sooner than later. Man, I'm having a bad brain fart right here. I need to stop thinking ahead and just focus on what I'm doing. 5, 6. Okay, so we got lucky here, but even if you don't, I mean, just like previously, you can, as long as you saved, you can reset until you get a convenient layout like this, or maybe a layout where you can just drop some stuff on items. Just queue up a combo and then drop stuff on items and do it that way. You won't have to sit through any attack animations. I hope he doesn't. I'm worried. Let's just use Berserker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I didn't want to choose slash and then have my character automatically moved off of the stage and fall out of bounds. That can happen sometimes in Makai Kingdom. So I decided to just queue up Berserker instead. And he should be toast. 193, rip. Now let's see. Bonus lists. No EXP. Okay, that's fine. I'm worried a little bit about what's going to happen in 3-6. All right, yeah, and here we are. Okay. All right. So let's see, status. My casters are pretty low. Yeah, my casters are really low level. To be honest, I'm probably going to edit this out, but I'm going to go do 2-6 one more time in order to level my casters up a little bit more, because there's something in 3-6 that they're going to need to be able to do some substantial damage for. And right now, I'm just not seeing it. Unless, let's see, do I have any equipment that could help that? Got a couple rings. I don't know. I don't like it. What's our status? So like 5. Yeah, he's level 1. 5, 1, 5, 5, 5. How are the two most important are these two big? I'm gonna try it. If it becomes a bad take, it becomes a bad take. I'll deal with it. I am gonna save though. So yeah. All right. So 3-6. Go time. Let's see. For I don't think there's really anything special you need to remember for the. You know what I am gonna do? Okay, so yeah, I recommend this for 3-6. Purchase some cheap items, and you're gonna want to summon them. It literally doesn't matter what item. You're not doing this for their stats at all. This is strictly for mobility. And thieves are the best class for that right now. All right, I'm going to show you a really neat strategy for getting past 3-6. We've been one-shotting all of these stages so far, so hopefully we can one-shot 3-6 too. Let's see, so what I am going to do, so what you are going to want to do is load up your doghouse with your casters. I think, yeah, you want to do that. All right, you should have 7 casters. We got 5 here, and then we've also got Tiva and Vega, so we've got 7. That's what we want. All right. Save one more time. Sorry, I know I'm wasting time here. We're going to get to it. Sorry. All right, so here we go. Overworld Dungeon 3-6. Okay. So the first thing you're going to want to do here, well, first let's look at the layout. So this first map is always like this. It's always worth 100 points. You see we need 800. It's reminding me a lot of 2-6 so far. But the enemies are random. We're going to be ignoring them because there's only 100 points in here. And the second area is also only 100 points. This final juicy one is where all of the points are. So that's where we want to get as soon as possible. And here's how we're going to do it. This is a lot like 2-6. We're going to start by inviting our hospital right here, right on those steps. And then we want to use a thief to lift the book. And we're going to move on top of the hospital. And we're going to throw the tome over here. And then this is important, our thief here, if I can actually, there we go. Our thief is going to go into the facility to reduce our population. That's important. You always want to do that. Now we're going to invite another thief right here. And we're going to invite our shop right, I don't know, right here. And we lift our book. And we can move on top of the shop. Getting on top of a facility allows you to throw a little bit further because, you know, height and gravity and all that. So there we go. You see, made it to the very end. And we've reduced our population down to 0. See, we're all the way over here, but our population is still 0. That's great. So finally, you're going to want to invite your doghouse about right here. Now let's look here. There's this tank. That's the first vehicle we've seen. This is the stage that introduces vehicles. So you'll notice that this enemy inside the tank is worth a juicy 405 points. That's what we want. So we want to get rid of this pesky tank. So let's give that a shot. You're going to be queuing up spells using 7. It's got to be 7, not 8. 7 of your spellcasters. And you're going to want to queue up the weakest ones first. So level 1 Fatty here is definitely going to be first. And you also want to make sure 5 of them are in the doghouse, so they're all going to get that 10% damage bonus. You want to make sure that all of your casters are getting the damage bonus. Now let's see. I think that Mireia was one of the ones that we made from a flower. So her intellect is 81. Yeah, and these others are 68. Big John is okay. So these two. I'm kind of worried I'm not going to have enough damage for this, but we'll see. We'll see. Let's invite. Yeah. So those are 3 of our weaker casters, and we've got the other 2 right here. What's your name? Vega. You want to queue all 7 of them up to cast a damaging spell on this tank. Let's see, I should have one more. Tiva, there you go. Make sure all of them enter the doghouse to squeeze as much damage out of them as you can, especially if there's a mishap like we've had this playthrough, and you're not like level 7 or so. We're a little bit lower than I'd like to be for comfort, but I'm hoping it's going to be okay. We'll see. So where do I want to be? Wind and Big John. Wind. Okay, so once you've got all 7 queued up, it's got to be 7, not 8. Don't do 8 here. Once you got all 7 queued up, execute. I don't remember how much health it has, but this is looking kind of lean. Ugh. Yeah, this is looking lean. 250. Ah, we didn't get it. By how much? 13. I bet if I'd put those rings on Big John, I would have got it. I can't believe this is a bad take. That sucks. Is there anything? No, there's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do. I can't believe this became a bad take. I don't know. Let's see what happens. I really don't want this to be a bad take. Let's see what happens here. Why don't I just okay, yeah. So this isn't that bad. I'm only gonna be able to do a 7-part combo as opposed to an 8-part, but hopefully you can kind of see what I was going for there. It does normally work. So what we're gonna start doing is we're gonna start to invite our healers. And this is kind of like the strategy we used in 2.6. Each of these healers is going to throw one of our spellcasters out of bounds. One by one. The 6 remaining the 6 remaining witches and magicians are going to be replaced by healers. One by one. It's kind of a shame that, I don't think my warrior is going to be able to get over there. This might literally be a bad take. Yeah, maybe I should have just... She's got minus 50. Yeah, her resistances aren't good. If I had queued up... Well, no, she's level 16. I'm really not sure. I don't know. I'm so 50-50 on abandoning this take right now. This video might never see the light of day. I don't know. I have to hide my shame. I think that if I had equipped those rings, it would have worked. There's my other healer. Oh, okay. This is smart. This is something I can do. This extra healer, because I don't have to invite all 7, is gonna throw the book like over here, and then jump into this tent. There we go. All right. Thinking on the fly. Let's see, how's my 2 left here? Wait, you didn't act? Oh no, no. Okay. Oh, of course you didn't. Of course you didn't. That was last turn. All right. There we go. One more. Invite our warrior. Okay. You're worth 170. No, you're not worth enough to for that to make sense. All right. 3.1 times 405 is easily going to be enough to max out our score for this stage. All right. Oh, you know what? I even forgot to take off the flat rock. I definitely wouldn't have had enough move. This came so close to just being a bad take. We'll see. We're not out of the woods yet. She might survive this. She did not. All right, so 1263. Not perfect, but we cleared it. All right, woo, that was a close one. That really, really was very, very close to being a bad take. Anyway, so we have cleared World 3. I don't know how long that was. It felt like about the same length as my second video, maybe. So somewhere between 30 and 40 minutes. I'm not sure. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Tune in again next time for part of World 4, not the whole thing. We're getting close to where we get to really go off-road and do some cool stuff. So tune in next time. And God, I'm bad at this. Thanks for watching. See you next time.